Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Soul Trades. Today is Monday, June 15, 2026. And this is trade recap of the day. I lost today, but it was a very unfortunate loss. So let's go over today's order flow and today's price action. Okay, first of all, bias. My bias today was bullish, obviously. The reason is, first of all, this Thursday right here, this is a candle 2 closer after taking sell side, right? And then we closed all the way up here. So candle 3 and candle 4 expansion. That's pretty easy, right? So bullish bias from daily bias. Another reason why I was bullish is because of this. Trump announced that there is a deal reached between United States and Iran over Strait of Hormuz or whatever. This is a bullish news. That's the point. The point is the news is bullish, right? So macroeconomics is also bullish. Technical analysis is also bullish. There is no reason why you should be looking for shorts today. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, what about this? Oh, new week opening gap. Don't worry about it. Just go with the trend. Go with the flow. All right. So everything is bullish today. So I was bullish too. Now let's bring out my good stuff. And let's go to 1 minute time frame right here. Right? So since I was only looking for longs, again, it's going to be the same idea as always, by the way. The idea is, where is it? Oh my God, this looks weird. This looks crappy. What is the idea? So this is where we opened at 1800 yesterday, and we've been bullish. Look at the volume profile, a very P-shape volume profile with a little bit of low volume nodes, right? So idea is either we come down at open below value area low of the overnight session. By the way, this should be, give me a second. This should be all the way down here. So the idea is we come back down below value area low of the overnight session, tap into these low volume nodes, and then go higher, rejection at value area low, or break above the value area high right here at this level, right, value area high, and then acceptance higher, retracement, and go long like that, kind of like that, right? Or another thing we could do is we come back down to fair value of Friday's price action New York session, and that also fills the new week opening gap, whatever, right? And then go longs from there. Anything works, okay? Anything works. I have marked all of my key levels here, like previous day, fair value, value area high, low, call wall, volatility trigger, zero gamma, all of that good stuff. But since at open market just pumped, none of those things really matters, to be honest. Right here, so this is our 9:30 open, and we started pumping higher, right? We found support at New York VWAP and one standard deviation of ETH VWAP. And then we make our range, first 15-minute range, IVV low and IVV high. So once this range has been set, I was looking for longs, which I did take longs, as you can see right here, but I got stopped to the tick right here at value area high of the overnight session. That is kind of my bad, to be honest, but I didn't want to risk higher. It was a Monday, no news Monday, except for the news that Trump gave, like the regular news, CPI, PPI, those kind of things. Right? And market was also kind of choppy, so I didn't want to risk too much. I did lose though, so there is that. So my bias came from here, but this is not the only thing that gives me bias. As you guys know, I cannot live without my TPO chart. So this is the TPO chart right here. By the way, I have merged here 2 days or 3 days TPO chart right when we went from bearish sentiment to bullish sentiment. I just don't know how to undo that. It's all right. Right? So what are we doing? If you go back to my previous videos, we were coming down and down and down. The fair value was coming down and down, and here we shifted higher. Same candle to closer, right? On trading view chart, the one that I showed. So on TPO chart, since we opened all the way up, and you see these dark areas right here, that's below the what do you call fair value of today's price action, basically. So, and our new week opening gap and Friday's fair value is all the way down here. Since we didn't want to do much business down here, you see this, I was very, very confident we were going to go higher. One thing that I was kind of noting was this single print right here. If you can see, there is single print and fair value area low of this day. What day is that? That is June 4th, right? So there was a single print, a couple of them, and then value area high of this day. But what do you see in this day? This does not look like a balanced day, does it? It's not a balanced day. This is what a balanced day look like, right? Like that. There is an even distribution, even distribution like that. There is an even distribution, right? This is not a balanced day, meaning it would be an imbalanced day, obviously. So if you have a TPO chart or a volume profile on an imbalanced day, value area high does not mean anything, right? Because value area high means the highest value of fair value, obviously, right? But if this is not a fair value, if it's not a balanced market, if it's an imbalanced market, there is no fair value to begin with. So if there is no fair value to begin with, value area high doesn't mean anything. It's really nothing, to be honest. Okay, so always remember, if you trade volume profile 2 or if you trade TPO 2, if you are marking your volume profile or your TPO chart on an imbalanced market or an imbalanced price action, whatever, the value area high and the value area low does not mean anything. Maybe a point of control could mean something, because that would be where the price transacted most or there was most volume at. So that could mean something. But well, we don't really trade a fair point of control, right? We trade value area high and lows, right? So if your value area high or value area low is of an imbalanced market or imbalanced price action, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, it's just a line, it's just a price, but it's nothing. It does not have any value to it because the market itself was not at fair value. I hope that makes sense. So I'm not way too worried about this. I did want to see if it gives any absorption, all of that stuff, but nothing really happened. We just went through it, right? So once that also happened, I was like, okay, we are targeting this high here, which is the 7637. That's the one that I marked. And then, so since TPO gave me my long bias, now let's come back to my volume profile, delta profile, whatever you call it, a footprint chart, right? First of all, I have a couple of yellow boxes and, couple of yellow boxes here. And this was pre-market price action. As you can see, market opens. Where does market open? Oh, that's 13. Market opens somewhere down here, I think. It doesn't matter. It opens and then it fucking rips. Okay, that's the point. And then we start to find a little bit of fair value kind of in this range, and market opens somewhere in here, right here. So I marked where the previous overnight participants were trapped. That's where the buyers were trapped. That's where the sellers were trapped. So I was thinking, whatever direction it breaks, I'm going to take the trade in that direction. Pretty simple, right? And over here, I have delta profile. This red and blue means starting from ETH. This green and red means just the New York. And this is, again, just a regular volume profile. Again, nothing too different, nothing too savvy about it, right? So let me bring my trading view now. So this is my trading view. This is my volume profile. Footprint chart, my bad, right? So what happens at 9:30, market opens and immediately start expanding. And so that in here in my footprint chart would be, where is it? 8:30. I gotta find 8:30 somewhere in here. Okay, that it is right there, right? 8:30. And what does price do? Okay, look at the overnight value area high. Again, very balanced market. So if it's balanced, value area high means something. Okay, I hope that I'm clear on that. So we break above, and we start building value higher and higher and higher. By the way, there was one trade here at, give me a second. Let me get rid of this volume profile too. Don't really need that. How do I get rid of it? Okay, right? So as you can see here, there is one setup here. Once market opens and we go higher and we give a little retracement, we give a retracement to this blue is the New York VWAP and this green is the one standard deviation of the ETS VWAP. And as you can see on that retracement, we see a little bit of sellers absorbed, and market has a delta play from -302 delta right here to 717. I think that would be this price action somewhere in here. So you could have scalped this little bit of range. Okay, but I didn't do that. I always let the first 15-minute form, high is formed, low is formed, market gave a retracement, and that's my entry at 7610. Now, why did I enter there, right? 76110, where is it? 7610 is, let me mark it right here so that it's easier. Where is 10? 7610, somewhere here. That's my entry right there. And the reason I entered there was this, if I plot this right here up until here, see that was value. Actually, let me mark it so that it's easier. That was this zone between point of control and value area low of the current session. Okay, value area low and point of control of current session. Initially, that point was point of control, but eventually it shifted. And today was a no news Monday, so as you can see, market was very, very choppy, right? And price retraced there. My stop was right below this low right here at '06. But then market came down and just stopped me to the tick at 15, which would be this right here, right? So I see a little bit of, when market was retracing, I see a little bit of seller strap right here, more seller strap right here. Even though we have negative 49 delta, price closed all the way up here, right? Price closed all the way up here. So what does that tell you? In my key area, I have seller strap. I don't have a delta flip, but I have really good candle closer. And I mean, I take the trade, but then it started me out before we were going all the way up here. It was really choppy though. As you can see, we spent quite a bit of time here before finally breaking out. So yeah, that's the loss I took today. Nothing I can do about it. My stop could have been a little higher, but again, no news Monday. No point in risking more than you should. All right. So yeah, that's the trade of the day. That's it. Hope you learned how to form your bias though. Hope you learned how to confirm your entry. Hope you learned when to look for longs, when to look for shorts. That's about it. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.